Hello guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. Hope you're all doing okay. So we've got quite a busy day today actually, so I thought I'd show you what we're getting up to because we're going to the sunflower fields later on and they're meant to be like really good. I thought you guys would like to see that. But we're also doing the next stage of our living room transformation. So we've been updating this room now for, it's been like 10 months and we're just doing it as and when we can, like when money allows and when time allows. Obviously with cost of living at the moment, everything's is really expensive, so it's taken us longer than we thought. But our next task is to put a mirror in this bit here. Let me just move further back. So that's the fireplace and we're going to put a mirror here. We're going to have a go at the Ikea mirror hack, which basically looks like a really expensive mirror, but it isn't really expensive. And I thought, if we document how we do it, if it does look really good, then it might give you guys like some inspiration. And if it doesn't come out really well, then hopefully you can like learn from our mistakes. What are you up to, baby? So we went to Ikea and Wickes yesterday to buy the bits that we needed. So we're gonna have 9 panels in the mirror. John drew out all like the design yesterday, so he's like worked out how big the gaps are going to be in between the mirrors and everything. But you can see up there that there's some fixings for just like we were going to put a normal mirror up, and it's not a funny story at all. It's actually still like quite devastating. If I get chance while I've got the time lapse on, I'll tell you guys about what happened with that mirror there, but we've got to take those out because they're not needed now. And I'm going to pop a picture in as well of what this fireplace looked like before we started any of these renovations, because it was hideous. So I'm not even joking, it was the most horrendous fireplace that I've seen ever, I think. Are you doing it? Are you doing the building? Yeah. And Babybel climbing the step ladder as usual, climbing everything.
Find the midpoint.
Yeah.
Then mark, so midpoint, mark out a thing, mark out the gap, mark out the other thing, mark out the gap, and then do the border.
Yeah. So the first thing we did was like measure out where the tiles were going to go. I say we, but John has to do it. 1, because he's good at this, and 2, because someone has to keep an eye on Babybel, make sure that she's not getting into too much trouble, which as you can see from the video, she is like literally into everything. So that's a frame all measured and drawn out there. After it was all measured, it was time to put the masking tape on so that we could tape off the area that was going to be painted and cover up the new fireplace to protect it from any paint splashes. Apparently it had got really windy at this point as well and had to go and shut the window. Babybel didn't sleep very well last night, so she needs an early nap. John's about to go and take her up for her nap because Sundays he's in charge of getting the nap done. So I am going to attempt to paint this. I'm really uncomfortable with any sort of heights, so if this looks like the most awkward attempt at painting ever, that's because it was. Once I'd finished it, I had some lunch, let it dry for like 45 minutes and then did the next coat before Babybel was up earlier than expected. Money. So while John's painting the wood for the frames, Babybel and I are going to go and get ready to go to the sunflowers, and hopefully everything will be dry by the time we get back, and then we can put like the actual mirrors up and the frames. Annoyingly, the chalk paint that we were planning on using was a shade lighter than the grey that we'd use for the frame of the mirror, so we used the chalk paint as just a primer and then just use that dark grey for the frame. Now on our way to the sunflower fields. We took Babybel to see them last year. She was like 10 months old. I don't think she was particularly that interested in them this time last year, but she does really like flowers now, so I'm hoping that she enjoys this quite a bit. Come on then. You're looking at the bees?
Bees stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Going dum dum dum. Flowers. Yeah. Yeah. Hey baby. Very well.
I'm actually really impressed with those sunflowers. That place was really good, like the little props and stuff that they had there. Babybel mostly had a good time, but I don't think she's had a long enough nap today, so she's a little bit tired now. She may have a danger nap on the way home, but we're going to stop off at Aldi because we've got a couple of bits and pieces that we want to pick up in there. So we went into Aldi because we wanted to pick up some of these protein puddings. So they're like new in. If you've got a sweet tooth and you're trying to get your protein up, these are really good because they're 20 grams of protein per pot and like 160 calories. And they do 3 different flavours. So they've got the caramel flavour and the vanilla flavour, and they also do chocolate as well, but they didn't have any in there today. So we picked up a few of these, stocked up on them, and then a couple of these protein yogurts as well. So these ones are really nice. And then it was time to get the mirrors on. Babybel was really tired. Put the TV on just to try and keep her from sort of like hanging off of me all the time. These mirrors are like self-adhesive, so they seem to be quite easy to stick on. It's just a bit difficult to sort of like get your fingers out of the way to actually get it done. And one tip I've got there is start from the middle, because we started from the top right hand corner and it was slightly out for some reason despite all of John's measurements that he did. And then it was time to get the frame on, so we're using Gorilla Glue for this. We realised that the Gorilla Glue wouldn't like stick the frame on like without being held on in place, so John's having to put little tacks for it, which wasn't in the plan originally, but we're almost there with it. Here are the last bits of frame being glued on and then tacked in. We've got to wait for the glue to set, and then there's a couple of bits that we need to neaten up, but we're about to run out of time because we've got to do dinner and then Babybel's going to go to bed. So I think we're going to have to come back to this tomorrow. No, there you go guys, so it is all done. Oh, look at that awkward filming in the background in the reflection of the mirror. It's all finished. We had to sort of like fill in the little tiny holes where we'd put the tacks in, but it is done. I really like it. I'm really impressed. Let me know in the comments what you think, because although it took a while, it's like 30 quid for that mirror that looks really good. But as usual guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Found it useful? Please don't forget to give it a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you next time. Bye!